I'll just create indicator here. And choose the channel. Yes, now we are getting the output. Once we'll check it again with graph, then we'll move to the previous one. Yes. Now this one is for finite sample. If I wanted to change this for a continuous sample, I need to implement a change this sample mode into continuous sample, as well as I need to implement a loop here. I need to implement a loop here. So for implementing loop, I'll just expand these things around. So why I have told not to include these things. So these configuration are set one time. It's enough. Okay. So I'll just create a while loop here. We create a while loop here, and I'll make a condition as greater than equal to greater than equal to 5. So if I'm just making it as greater than equal to 5, so now sample rate is 100, number of samples is 1000. So every iteration of this loop will take 1 second. So the program will take totally 5 seconds to collect all the data, since we have given greater than equal to 5. When it is getting, when I value is greater than equal to 5 means, so initially it will be 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So this program will run for 6 times. Okay, so I'll just show you by the output. So we'll create these things, and I'll change the tunnel mode to indexing to see the all the collected value. Now I'll run the program. So you can see here, so there is six rows, six rows in the six rows in the array. That means first row is a value of first iteration, that is zeroth iteration. Second row is first iteration, third row is second, this one is 4, this one is 5. So like that it is being increased. That is, since it is a while loop, since it is a while loop, I value greater than equal to 5. So initially it will check for 0. So I'll just highlight the program and run show to you. See here. So it will come into here, and it will check for 0 greater than or equal to 5, and then 1 greater than or equal to 5, 2 greater than or equal to 5. When it is 5, it is equal. So it executes, since it is on while loop, it executes that one also, and then program will be stopped. See here. So since it is like that, all the data has been collected. So this is for continuous process. So if I'm just, instead of making this greater than equal to 5, if I'm just making it as a stop, the program will be executed continuously when you press stop. Okay. So some when we compare with this with an industrial process, at in industries every time the data acquisition will be ran continuously. It will be an automatic stop as well as manual stop. When it is industry is going to a shutdown part, at the time they'll use the manual. All the or that it will be run based on timing. So from morning 9 o'clock to 5 o'clock, I need to continuously run the machine. At the time, I want to continuously acquire data. At the time, this continuous collection of continuous sample will be a very helpful one. So if you wanted to move to the finite sample, that will be very useful for collecting the uh, predefined number of samples which you have set. Okay, so this one is continuous samples for collecting one channel and n samples. So we'll see about n channel. So I'll just remove this while loop. Just remove this while loop and we'll move for n channel. So what about n channel is, so while making it to an n channel, so we need to adjust this analog, this one, to multiple channel single sample. So when it is multiple channel single sample means it will be an 1D array, but how how the data will be how the data will be stored is I'll just show you. So if I wanted to collect channel data from three channels, I'm having three different sensors in my hand. I have just configured those three sensors to three different channels. How I can configure it is, so I'll just connect it to this data. Here, if I add a colon and if I add an option 2 in physical channel, if I am just adding a colon and if I give 2, 0, 1, 2, 3 channel has been selected. It is considered as 3 channel has been selected. Okay. So if I wanted to configure AI0, AI2, AI4 like that different channels, not in a consecutive order. If you want to choose the channel in consecutive order, I am just choosing AI colon 2. If that is not in consecutive order, just add a comma and copy these things and make it here. Okay, so it will be like I have choose A0 and A7. It is meaning like A is 0 and A is 7. Two channel has been chosen. So if you wanted to make it as a consecutive order, you need to use colon. If it is in different order, use a comma. Okay, use a comma. So I am just choosing it as in continuous order. So I'll just add a colon. I'll add 2. So now 3 channel has been selected. When I run the program, so here I'll make it as a finite sample since we are not using loop here. So I'll run the program and I'll show you the output will be only three values: 0.15, 0.44, 0.75. What is mean by what is this indicating is this minus 0.15 is an output of AI0. 0.44 is an output of AI1. 0.75 is an output of AI2. So since we have choose n channel one sample, we are getting only one sample. If it was like, so if it is like n channel n sample means, okay, n channel n sample means it will be an 2D array. Before that, I'll show you here. So if it is n channel one sample, n channel one sample, the output will be an 1D array. But what is the difference is it will be an 1D array. So here in one channel n sample, it will collect as many number of samples which we have given in the n sample. Okay, number of samples. But here it is only one sample. Why it is 1D array is, it is because of this n channel. So we need to differentiate the channel output, right? For that it is an 1D array. So if it was n channel n sample, n channel and n sample, so our output will be an our output will be an 2D array. I'll just show you how this a 2D array will see now. So now if it is a 2D array means, so I need to adjust this one to multiple channel, multiple samples 2D. So see here it is showing and error. So I'm just expanding this into a 2D array. Now if I run the program, see here I'll be getting three plot. So every different plot is an output of different channel. So this white color is an output of 0, that is AI0. Red color is an output of AI1. Green color is an output of AI2. Like that, colors will be differentiated. Okay, as well as in array you can see here, first row will be an output of AI0, second row will be an output of AI1, third row will be an output of AI2. This is the procedure to configure this data acquisition by using low level method. That is, you can configure by a single function itself. You can configure whether it is an acquiring or generating this timing functions, and how many number of samples you want, how many channels you are choosing. So you can do it by with this single low level structure. So this is like a template. Okay, so this is like a template. So you can use this template for anything. So is it understandable? Is it understandable up to this? Is it understandable up to this? So if okay, till now we saw for acquiring the data. So how will be it for generating the data? How it will be for generating the data? So first we will see the high level method of generating data, and we will see the low level method. So high level method for generating data will be same like measurement IO, DAC assistant. I'll just pick the DAC assistant based on the block diagram. So once I have placed it, I'll get a window. In that window, we need to choose the option generate signal. So we'll generate an analog output. So analog output, I'll give an voltage. So here in PCI 622, we have only two analog output channel. So I'm just taking AI0 and then AO0 and then give finish. So if it is analog input, it will be like AI, analog output it is AO. So for here also there is time settings and maximum and minimum output. So normally we will just see it for one sample on demand, and then maximum value can be of 10 to minus 10, and then I'll give OK. Now you can see here for acquiring, data is on the right side, since we are going to display the data, but generating means from LabVIEW we are going to give a data. That means if I am just taking a vertical pointer, and then this one is of 0 to 10. So if I'm just connecting it to this slider, so if I can, when I run the program, I can give a value from 0 to 10, a voltage. So when you keep it as 5 and run the program, 5 volt will be generated from the AO0 of your DAC assistant. Since we have configured it for voltage, so what are all the inputs we give here, it will be like, it will be the if it is 10 volt means 10 volt will be generated on that pin. So you can use to power any device, any external device, or you can power and motor with that. Okay, so that one we can use it for generating. If if that was low level method means the procedure is same, this one, but we need to make some small changes here. We need to make some small changes here. I'll just tell you. So what is that changes? Here we have chosen it as AI. Here we have chosen it as AI0. So I have deleted this read function. So here what I'm just wanted to choose is I'll just change it as analog output voltage. I'll choose analog output voltage. Okay. So and then you can take a right function. You can take a right function. So you can take a right function. So I'll just take this right function. I'll connect it. So here also you can adjust it for one channel, one sample, n channel, n samples. So same thing is about of read is also for write. Okay, so you can configure a single value, an array, and 2D array. So when you configure a single value, it should be of one channel, one sample. When it is an array, it should be of either either single channel, multiple channel, single sample. If you are configuring a 2D array, it can be of multiple channel, multiple sample. I'll just configure a single value and then I'll show you. So here it will be like I'll take a vertical filter and then I'll take this and I'll connect it. Now since we are configured it for single value, so we don't want number of samples to read. Okay, so and then we need to create a physical channel. We'll create a physical channel. I'll expand this. In this I'm just using PCI 622 AO0. So when you run the program, so 6 volts will be generated from that. So the what is the small change they have made here is, so I have updated this into an AO voltage. Here I have made a change into, that is an read to write. That's all the difference. Okay. So mostly CLAD question will be mostly on acquisition. Okay, so CLAD question will be mostly on acquisition. And till now I have just explained you, I have just revised you the previous topic. Now we will see how the questions will be. Okay, so basically normally how the questions will be is, so they would ask about what is the simple block diagram of stack. That can be of one question. The next one, they would have given low level program, and then they will ask how much time, how many seconds this program will take to execute. Okay, so the questions will be like that. And then there will be a theory type question. Okay, there will be a theory type questions which we saw in the revised part. So the things which we saw as a practical, so they may ask somewhat like a theory type questions. Okay, so now I'll just show you an example question, so you can just answer me. So first I'll replace it for read. AI voltage. So I have created an indicator here. Okay. Now I'll give the samples per channel. So I'll give the samples per channel. Now they will ask a question. So they will give this diagram, or else they will make this as a constant. Make this as a constant. This one also will be as a constant. This one is rate and this one is samples per channel. Okay. So they will ask what will be the size of this array. What will be the size of the output array. So when I execute the program, what will be the size of the array? What will be the size of the array? It will be like 1,000. So 1,000 sample is collected. So it will be like 1,000. Okay. So now I'll make a small change in here. So I'll update this into a continuous mode. I'll update this into a continuous mode. I'll add a while loop to this, and I'll take a greater than function, create a constant. I'll make it as 3. So observe the program carefully. Observe the program carefully. So now, how many rows and columns will be there in this 2D array? How many number of rows and columns will be there in this 2D array? Yes, it is 4 cross 1,000. So we can tell it as an 4 rows, 1,000 columns. That is nothing but, so 0, 1, 2, 3. So is it 4? Let us check. Let us check whether it is 4 or 3 or 5, 5, 6 or like that. Let us check it now. So I'll run the program. I'll run the program and show to you. So I think you answered as 4 cross 1,000. So but actually I'm getting it as 5 cross There is 5 rows here, right? 5 cross 1000. Why it is 5? Why? Any guess? So I observe the block diagram carefully. Observe the block diagram carefully. I'll give a few minutes. Observe the block diagram carefully. Why it is? Why I'm getting 5 rows, 1000 columns? So instead of making simple, I'll just make it as a 10. So now we will just run the program. Okay, now I am getting 5 rows. Here I am getting 5 rows, 5 rows, and let's see how many columns. Okay, I'm getting 5 rows, 10 columns. Why it is 5 rows, 10 column means in while loop I have just given it as I value greater than 3. I am not given greater than equal to 3. I have given greater than 3. That means zeroth iteration will check and it will give 10 values. First iteration it will check false, it will give 10 values. Second false. Okay. Third, again, it is not greater than false. Fourth, it is true. Fourth, it is true. You will be getting true, but since it is a while loop, it will execute the process first, and then it will move to the condition. That so that only we are getting so that only we are getting it as 5 rows. So here it is not like 3 greater than 3 is is not 3 greater than 3 is not true. 3 greater than 3 is false. 4 greater than 3 is only true. So I'll just in notepad I'll show you. will be like first I will be equal to 0. At the time it will check for condition I less than 3. So it is false. So you will get 10 values. Okay, you will get 10 values. So this will be your first row. So I value when I value equal to when I value equal to 1, so again 0, 1 less than 3 is false. So you will get again a 10 values. Now if it is I equal to 2 means 2 is less than 3, that is also, greater, it is greater, so it is false. So now you will get again a 10 value. So if I is equal to 3, so this is also false, this is also considered as false. When it is greater than equal to 3, then only it is considered as true. So 3 is greater than 3, this is also false. You will get 10 values. So now there will be 4 rows. So when I is equal to 4, so 4 greater than 4 is true. Since it is an while loop, it executes the program first and then only it executes the condition. So for that also you will get a 10 values, so that only you are getting 1 2 3 4 5 5 rows. See here, 5 rows, 10 columns. So this one is an iteration value of 0th iteration, first iteration, second iteration, third iteration, fourth iteration. Now can you understand why I am getting 5 rows? Can you understand that? Can you understand now? With this explanation, can you understand now? So there will be only simple change. If they have given greater than equal to, if they have given greater than equal to means, see here, if they have given greater than equal to means, then the program will run only for 4, that is 4 rows only will be there. If it is greater than, it will be of 5 rows. So one simple greater than or greater than equal to, you may just confuse. Okay, so just clearly see the program, okay, and then work on it. Okay, so now another type of question I'll just ask. So the same one, I'll explain with another timing function. So this one is called as elapsed time. So this function is called as elapsed time. What is the use of this elapsed time is, so if you are just giving okay, so you can set the target time. You can set the target time. Okay, so you can set the target time, that is if I'm just setting it as 10 seconds, for example, I'm just creating constant at this target time. So I'm just getting this as giving this as 10. So here it is as time has elapsed time present. So this is nothing but it is a timer. Okay, it is just like a stopwatch in your mobile. What is the use of this elapsed time is, it is like a stopwatch in your mobile, that is a stopwatch in your watch or mobile. So when you start continuously it will start the timing count. So at every seconds it will increase. So when it reaches this 10, when it reaches this 10, okay, so this time has elapsed LED will this time has elapsed LED will glow. So what I'm just going to make is I'm just going to connect this time has elapsed as our start time. So whenever whenever it is 10 means, so after 10 seconds the program should be stopped. Up to that program should be continuously running. Okay, so here I have made it as 10 sample, sample rate is 10 hertz, that is it will be continuously running. So we'll just check it. So I'll make it as number of samples as. Okay, now I have given sample rate as 1000. Just listen carefully. I have given sample rate as 1000, number of samples as 5000. Okay, sample rate as 1000, number of samples as 5000, and I have configured an elapsed time Vi. Okay, elapsed time Vi inside this while loop, and I have set the time target as 10. Whenever this elapsed time reaches 10 seconds, the program should be stopped. Acquisition should be, this loop should be stopped. Now you just tell me how many rows and columns will be there in this data. How many rows and columns will be there in this data? So what is the use of this time elapsed time means? It is just like timer. It will just count the value in seconds. So when it reaches 10 seconds, this time has elapsed will get true, and it will stop your while loop and the acquisition will be stopped. Answer me how many rows and columns will be there? This 50. Okay, you are just telling 50 cross 1000, 10 cross 5000. Okay, we'll just see. So I got few answers in chat box. We'll check what is the correct answer. Now we'll check it. Okay, so we are getting 3 rows. So how many samples? For that we will use array size option for checking the rows and columns. I'll use array size option. So and then I'll create indicator here. So this size array will give a what is the number of rows and columns. I'll run the program once again. So program is taking 10 seconds. Let's check how many seconds it is taking and how many rows and columns are there. See, 3 rows, 5000 columns. Why it is 3 rows, 5000 columns? It is different from your answer. Anyone can give an explanation Why it is 3 rows and 5000 columns? Okay, just answer me how many seconds and single iteration of this loop will take? How many seconds? 5 seconds. Okay, 5 seconds the single iteration of loop will take. So now you just, so whenever it comes inside the loop, this elapsed time will be continuously running, right? So we'll check it. I'll just explain with this one. So at initially, so you all just told that 5000 is our number of sample. Number of sample is 5000. Number of sample is 5000. Sample rate is 1000. That means, so execution time will be of 5 seconds. So every iteration, see every single iteration will take 5 seconds, right? 5 seconds. Yes, uh, I got an answer in chat box. Yes, that is somewhat the answer is. So I'll just explain it so others can understand. So that's good. Chikala Bala Supraja. Okay, that's good. So I'll just explain it again. I'll just, so now it is like number of sample is 5000, rate is 1000, 5 seconds. So every iteration, every single iteration will be of 5 seconds. So when it comes inside the loop, okay, 5 seconds. So elapsed time, the time will be of 5 seconds. So at zeroth iteration, when I value is equal to 0, when I value is equal to 0, elapsed time, so the first iteration timing will be 5 seconds. First iteration timing will be 5 seconds. So you will get 5000 values. You will get 5000 values. At second I equal to 1. At I equal to 1, the elapsed time will be 10 seconds. Elapsed, so another 5 seconds it will take. So you will get another 5000 happen. Okay, now when I equal to, when I equal to 2, it will be as 15 seconds. It will be as 15 seconds. Now only the time will be elapsed. Since it is an while loop, it will execute the program first and then program will be stopped. So you will get three rows. You will get 3 rows. So the first row is an output of 0th iteration, second row is output of first iteration, third row is output of second iteration. Okay, so can you get it now? Is it clear now? Is the explanation is clear? So you can see here. So I'll explain it once. So 5 seconds. Every iteration takes 5 seconds. At initially it will be of. At initially it will be of. This program inside the loop will take 5 seconds, so that I equal to 0, 5 seconds, 5000 values. That is first row. I equal to 1, 10 seconds, again 5000. So I equal to 15 seconds, again 5000 values. Since it is a while loop, it will